How would you feel if you were to purchase digital land for $1.5 million? This may appear ludicrous to others. Digital currency and metaverse fans, on the other hand, are likely stunned that someone paid this much for a virtual area. In today's video, we'll discuss the Yugalabs land sale, as well as the Otherside $1.5 million virtual land that was sold. Without further delay, let us get into it. To begin with, Yugalabs is a business that requires no introduction. As the author of the Bored Ape Yacht Club series, Yugalabs has benefited greatly from the current NFT increase. In much more dimensions than one, the BAYC collection is the face of the NFT space, and when many people outside of the NFT field think of NFTs, they reckon BAYC. Yugalabs is still going strong, and it just unveiled Otherside, its metaverse endeavor, as the company with the best NFT collection to date. The launch of BAYC's Otherside project on the final Saturday in April 2022 stunned the NFT market. Yugalabs' gaming metaverse project, Otherside, debuted a few days ago when the business sold 55,000 Otherdeeds, which are unique plots of land necessary to claim a place in Otherside. The 55,000 Otherdeeds made available at the start of the project are simply the tip of the iceberg. By the conclusion of it, 200,000 Otherdeeds will be available. Keep an eye out since we'll be talking about the Yugalabs Otherside and Otherdeed. Yugalabs has collaborated on the project alongside Animoca Brands and Improbable, with the latter revealing the foregoing in a blog post. In partnership with Improbable, the metaverse technology company, Yugalabs aims to create a meta-RPG universe where the players own the world, where any NFT can become a playable character, and thousands of people can play together at the same time. About the Otherside and Otherdeed. Yugalabs announced Otherside, its gaming metaverse project, in late April when it sold 55,000 Otherdeeds, which are one-of-a-kind plots of land necessary to claim territory in Otherside. Yuga made nearly $320 million from the sale of these Otherdeeds, making it the highest-grossing NFT project to date. Another 45,000 Otherdeeds were also revealed, with 10,000 allocated for members of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, 20,000 for members of the Mutant Ape Yacht Club, MAYC, and 15,000 for Yuga and other project developers who assisted in the creation of Otherside. According to Etherscan statistics, each plot cost a buyer about $5,800, based on ApeCoin's $19 pricing plus Ether transaction costs, which surged after the sale went live due to high interest for the land grab. After the launch, transaction costs for minting Otherdeed NFTs totaled $123 million, with each Otherdeed needing around $6,000 in transaction fees or 2 Ether to mint and acquire the land. Approximately 45,000 Otherdeeds were distributed as part of the Yugalabs ecosystem, with 10,000 designated for BAYC members, 20,000 for Mutant Ape Yacht Club members, and 15,000 for Yuga programmers and others who assisted in the development of Otherside. Yugalabs released 200,000 Otherdeeds in total. The remaining 100,000 will be used to reward Voyagers who possess Otherdeeds and support Otherside's growth. Before we proceed with our discussion on Yugalabs' Otherside land sale, please subscribe to our channel with notifications so you may remain up to speed on the activities in the metaverse. Who bought the 1.5 million virtual land? On the NFT marketplace X2Y2, a virtual land in the Otherside metaverse was sold for $1.5 million. The 7th rarest virtual land piece from Yugalabs is Otherdeed, number 59,906. Otherside was purchased for 625 Ethereum by a person known as Nobody.eth. If there is someone to make me feel this broke, I don't think he or she will have Nobody as a name. Nobody.eth paid a hefty price for the virtual property. This comes only days after Yugalabs, the inventor of the Bored Apes Yacht Club, BAYC, NFT collection, began selling virtual land in connection with its highly anticipated Otherside metaverse project. The demand was so high that it brought down the whole Ethereum blockchain, causing transaction fees to skyrocket and network transactions to become very sluggish. In layman's terms, Ethereum fell, while Yugalabs' Otherside metaverse launched drew criticism. We'll tell you more later, so stay tuned. CryptoPunks and Meebits, an NFT collection from Larva Labs, has been acquired by Yugalabs. 423 CryptoPunks and 1,711 Meebits presently belong to the firm. The most popular NFTs are the Bored Apes and CryptoPunks collections. At current prices, the two collections are valued at least $3.6 billion. The co-founders of CryptoPunks and Meebits will not join Yuga as a result of this transaction. They'll keep running Larva Labs and doing their thing. How do they keep winning? What went wrong with the Otherside? So, what went wrong with Yugalabs' introduction of the Otherside metaverse? The Ethereum blockchain network went down on Saturday, April 30, after the launch of Yugalabs' Otherside Web 3 project. Yes, the entire thing very bad. Otherside is a gamified metaverse where users may transform their NFTs into playable characters, according to Yugalabs. ET is minting 55,000 Otherdeeds, which are virtual, tokenized land titles that are necessary to claim space in Otherside. Otherdeeds were priced at 305 ape coins per plot at mint, with purchasers restricted to 2 plots per crypto wallet. The much-anticipated initiative from the developers of the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT community raked in more than $300 million during its inaugural mint event. However, the NFT community has expressed worries about the project's long-term viability in light of the Ethereum network meltdown, rising gas prices, and possible phishing scams. Now the following is a summary of what's going on. The Ethereum collapse was caused by a series of events triggered by the huge demand for Otherdeed sales. According to Cointelegraph, gas prices have risen to the mid-$5,000 area, with a Reddit member reporting expenses as high as $14,000. Owing to unsuccessful transactions, almost $200 million in ETH was lost due to gas costs. Yugalabs stated on Twitter that it will refund any cash to anybody who had been harmed. Notably, the spike in gas prices didn't just affect users seeking to buy Otherdeeds. Everyone buying on the Ethereum blockchain around this time incurred exorbitant gas fees. For NFTs worth $550, some collectors paid $3,500 in gas expenses. Yugalabs, on the other hand, issued an apology through Twitter, stating, "We're sorry for turning off the lights on Ethereum for a while. It seems abundantly clear that ApeCoin will need to migrate to its chain to scale properly. We like to encourage the DAO to start thinking in this direction." Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video about Yugalabs' Otherside Metaverse. I hope you had a great time, and please leave a like to help the channel out.